Alright, guys. Vitality's Maru in the top right side of the map with the barracks cast. Serral in the bottom left. It is the grand finals of the Luli 2025 season finals. Played, of course, early here in 2026. Well, I say early, halfway through February as I commentate this. And Maru has just shown some excellent Ghost Mech play. Even when he opened Bio, it was a special form of Bio into Ghost Mech late game, and it looked unstoppable. And I've been waiting for him to play this style again for a long time. Now, Serral, was this a 15-15 build, guys? That looked like a pretty fast spawning pool. Went down 15 seconds ago. 107. No, that's not a 15-15. It's quite a fast spawning pool, though. What is the purpose? A succulent spawning pool timing? I'm not sure. Interesting build order for Serral. I'll keep my eyes on it and see how it evolves. The spawning pool would be faster than that if it was a 15-15. But definitely an earlier pool than we normally see. Perhaps just hoping to get a Zergling across the map or something like that a bit earlier than usual. 2 queens start, 2 Zerglings, 155. And this does feel like a 15-15, doesn't it, guys? I'll have to go back and rewind this game later on. Maybe I'll get time to do it at the end of this game, but it's kind of going lobby to lobby, which is difficult. Serral's looked a bit more human, a little bit more mortal than he had for a long time recently, guys. Some people were saying he's washed, he's too old, he's done, his passion's gone. As always, people jumping to conclusions far too early, as he's looked very clean this tournament. But Maru, a guy who he historically has bullied. Maru's gotten a few big series of him over the years. I was admittedly dismissing, saying I don't think he's ever even won a series. Maybe a best of 3 here or there. And then, chat did rightfully point out that there was the domination of Maru against Serral at the very beginning of 2018 at WESG. I always mention the asterisks and people get mad at me. They go, oh, it's cope. But the anti-armor missiles were a very big part of that series. There were spammable Raven anti-armor missiles that did actual damage and were undodgeable. And it was, if you got to late game, Terran was kind of unbeatable. You'd have a pack of Ravens just spamming these missiles. Oh, look at that. He gets a drone, but he does lose an SCV. 2. Oh, my lord. Oh, my lord. Dude, you should not be losing 2 SCVs to that. Also, where'd the Reaper go? The Reaper died? This queen. Oh, Brenda. She's got a kill there, guys. She's killed the Reaper. It's a good start. 2 SCVs. I mean, he loses a drone, but killing the Reaper makes that super worth it. He's going for a delayed third. Quick lair, roach speed, 3 gas. Serral is playing one of his classic 15-15 openings. I know I said it wasn't 15-15. I think it in fact was, just for whatever reason the spawning pool was a few seconds late. I'll double check the build order later. Arky says it was 15 Overlord, 15 Hatchery, 17 pool? Oh, really? Wow, I haven't seen that. Oh, that's a very cool variation. So it's not quite a 15-15, but it's close to it. But because he goes Overlord before Hatchery, that's the adjustment. And to do this, obviously, and he can still get the queens out pretty early as long as he doesn't take the gas until after with the pool. Oh, apparently Sort of and Scarlet are both playing that a ton right now, says Peruby. Oh, thank you, Twitch. I love when you guys are sharing this little bits of knowledge. Way ahead of the meta for me. I did not know about this build order. Very cool variation. Carapace is on the way with roach speed. Serral would love to do a Carapace timing off this. I did this build for a very similar build to what Serral's doing here for the better part of a year. You guys know I was big on either shoving all in with the Roach Ravager or rushing Infestors off of it, but that early Carapace is just such a big boost either way. And usually you don't commit that hard with the Carapace, but sometimes there's an opportunity to just win the game. Now, Maru's played 3cc, and he's going to chill and just turtle, because he knows how scary these Roach timings are. He's lost so much to them back in 2023. He lost so many series. And oh my god, it's the Queen Walk. Oh my god, he's Alpha Starring it. It's the Alpha Star build. He's even walking the 2 queens across the map. The one where he walks queens, I call the Alpha Star build, because it was literally a build that was invented by Alpha Star, the friggin' Google DeepMind AI. It's the only good build that came out from it. All of its other builds sucked, but it would do this really efficient opening to 2 queens and a roach shove. He's not going to go all in. Unlike Alpha Star, which would have headbutted in and died to the tank in the bunker. He's just going to try and harass, contain. He's going to drone hard behind it, and not just that. He's going to spread creep outside your base. This is the nastiest part of this build. Is he's gonna keep you contained, and by the time you get out to take a third, there's going to be creep on your third, and Serral is going to connect the tips. If you connect the tips from your opponent's side of the map to the tips of your creep back there, it is what I call the alternate win condition in StarCraft. It is ridiculous. Oh, look at that. He's trying to fake Serral out into going home by sending empty medevacs across. That also might prompt Serral to headbutt in, thinking, you moved out with 16 Marines, you can't defend an all-in right now. Oh, and he's trying to get rid of the creep, but no, it's not worth the scan. 2 Hellions, not enough damage to kill those. Didn't Alpha Star unleash 10 disruptor builds on the world for a while? I don't think so. I think a lot of people claimed it would do good stuff here or there, but it kind of just did a one of everything build with Protoss. It would just micro like a lot of individual harassment units really, really well. Double drops finally going across. Transition off of the Roach Ravager into Ling Bane now. The lack of infestors is disturbing me. Imagine if he had a fungal right now to catch these. That's an easy snipe on the 4th base. Serral not in position. Tries to instantly rebuild. He goes for the double cancel, but the drone gets sniped there. Good value for Maru, whose 3rd base is blocked by creep right now. Much to his chagrin. Look at this, guys. He's baiting so many scans. For those who don't know, creep is actually a ridiculously good mechanic, and Serral getting so creative right now. This is so cool, dude. And he's like, oh, you're going to clear my creep? No, you aren't. He's finally got 3 infestors and a hive on the way. Oh, man, this is such a cool build. Alpha Star was kind of disappointing. Well, because they didn't want to completely tell it what to do, it just never understood how to scout. So it just kind of figured out a one-size-fits-all build that's pretty good. And of course it could execute really well because it never misclicks or anything like that, and it doesn't panic. And yeah, it just would do that build basically every game, every matchup, and just have some slight variations tactically, but it was like, yeah, it was okay. It wasn't the worst thing ever. Dude, he's got infestors and a Viper. And Adrenal, and an Ultra Cavern. Only 69 workers, though. Losing that 4th. I think with this sort of game, with how much creep control he got... And look at that. Finally, the creep gets found. But how many scans are you going to have to use? He does find both of those, but there's still a self-replicating creep tumor up there. And there's one here he can spread with as well. The Zergling's in front. He can spread this in front. And how many scans has Maru had to use that haven't been mules? So even though Serral's only on 69 workers, he's actually massively ahead on the army. Massively because of this creep. Serral's bought himself a lot of map control. He's got +3 carapace. He's finally up to 74 workers, and he's kind of waiting for Maru to step out so he can just jump on him and win the game. Busting Maru in a defensive position will be hard with this army, but if Maru moves out and gets fungled, he could just get overrun. I think Serral probably goes with Ultras, but he's only got 1 Ultra building so far. Fungal is there. Careful, Serral. Goes a bit deep. Oh, but he lands a massive fungal on the right side. That was like 30 Marines. Guys, he's killed 26 Marines this game. Most of them just went down. Does get a Widow Mine. Siege Tank takes a bit of damage, but Serral is replacing it with more Ultras. He's got the Baneley Nest there. No Spire just yet. I do love an early Spire for Corruptors because you know the Terrans are obsessed with Libs right now. And they are a very good answer to the Ultra. Am I remembering Alpha Star wrong? It beat Serral. It beat Serral playing on the convention hall of BlizzCon, where Serral was playing with different settings and hotkeys and a different mouse and keyboard. He might have even been standing. And he purposely tried to play straight up macro just to see how it played. And the Protoss was able to, I think, beat him 2 games. I don't know if it was 2-1 or what, but it was like many of the tests. We were like, it beat, like the first time it beat TLO and Mana. They were playing, like, you know, TLO was off racing and it was playing with uncaged APM. It had like 3,500 APM Blinkstalker micro because it would bank its APM and then use it all at once. So All of the headlines of kind of Alpha Star beating top pro players was, don't get me wrong, it got pretty high on the ladder. Ravager Infestor coming forward. Nice fungals. Very nice fungals. Beautiful attack there. Is it enough to break through, though? Those libs are causing real problems. Ravagers can't quite get the biles on those libs in time. He gets rid of one of them, but only one. The planetary holds. Maru holds on. Absolute legend. APM was hard capped. APM was so in the mana TLO match, the APM was they could bank it. So basically it saved up APM and it would micro with 3000 APM. It wasn't like that when Serral played it at BlizzCon. That was the version that was on ladder, one of the versions. And it was like equivalent to like a rank 50 GM Protoss. Its Terran and Zerg were probably equivalent to like 5-8, but it did kind of the same sort of thing every game. So if you knew you were playing it, you could obviously hard counter it. Yeah. I'm sure the Serral games were decent. I can't remember them very well, but it definitely wasn't the best version of Serral and the best setup, you know. And that's why there's a lot of headline grabbing things with Alpha Star, but I don't feel they gave the fairest representation of actually what it was good at. All right, guys, Maru's got a 5th base up. Does he have a 2nd armory yet? Still only 1 armory. Sorry for going off book here. We've been casting all day. I'll try to focus a lot more on the games and be a bit more detailed in the commentary. My bad. Gonna deny the top left base. Alpha Star was really good at execution, pretty bad at strategy. That is all, says Bouncy Bucket. That's a good summary. That's a good summary. It never actively sought information. Part of the reason it was best with Protoss is it would harass a lot and see what was going on. And it would react once it saw something, but it wouldn't actively seek out that information. So it often just died at mutas showing up. If you didn't show the mutas to it early and you just came with 50 of them, you could do well. Serral's killing his own roaches, guys. Roaches are garbage units this late in the game. He's going to replace those with more Lings, more Banes. Very clever call. Where's the Spire? He's got the Spire. He's got flyer attacks. Corruptors are very good as the game goes on. I think Maru's getting to the stage of the game where he's nearly unstoppable. And I think he can beat Serral at this stage. I said if Maru just plays to late game against Serral, I think he beats him, especially if he plays Ghost Mech. The only thing he's missing right now is a 2nd armory, so he can get vehicle weapon upgrades for his Hellbats and Thors later on. He's got a nuke, high-sec auto-tracking, building armor. So many commands on his... Okay, taking the top left is a mistake. That's going to give Serral an attack angle. He's already in trouble. It's a massive Banelings. Tank's getting jumped on. Ooh, Serral could break that base. Serral pulls back there. That is oddly conservative. If it was anyone but Serral, I'd be like, what are you doing? But that's just Serral. He doesn't like chasing too far because he sees it as a big risk. In his mind, there could have been 8 ghosts waiting here to snipe all his ultras. So he backs away, even though we know he could have got that planetary and the command center building next to it. He's going to use Nidus Worms to evacuate drones to the corners and try to cover these bases. All right, Nidus Worm in the back of the main base. Carapace is on the way right now for Serral. Nidus Worm shouldn't do anything. There's nothing inside that, I don't think. Find out in a moment. Nope, it's empty. This is a, might as well distract you with the threat of Nidus Worms. Serral's just chilling, man. Just going to mine out the corners and say, I have 2 more bases than you, and I'm going to win on efficiency. This is the most Serral game ever. And you know what? I've really wanted to see Broodlords against late game Terran. So, come on, Serral. You've got a big bank. 2nd Spire. Double upgrades. Because he's going to have 3/3 max. 2nd Armory goes down. 3 more factories. I mean, we're gonna see Broodlords against Mech inevitably, right? I've really wanted to see this. I do feel Serral beats almost anyone with Broodlords in late game since they do shoot a bit faster at max range now. Maru's not anyone though. And I think Maru should be the favorite. I've always felt if Maru got to this stage, he would beat Serral, but he just never would get to this stage in this good of a setup. His goal right now needs to be to deny one of these corners. If he can just deny one of these corners from mining, without giving Serral a big, good engagement, then it can be really nice. And he just needs to like slowly build command centers forward. Like he should build a planetary here. He should land a command center here and make a planetary. He's got so many orbitals. What is this? 10 orbitals. +3 vehicle weapons, +2 plating. He's got nukes coming in. Looks like he's decided he has too many medevacs, so he's just sending those around. This nuke does get dodged. Serral might ignore these medevacs, realizing he wants to throw them away. I feel like you should still kill them, though. Second spy is on the way. Serral is thinking about that great aspire. Pig, this is the second time he starts with +1 flyer carapace? No. He went 1 attack, 1 armor, then 2 attack. He's just going for the quick, cheap upgrades, that's all. The reason he went carapace earlier is because he was playing ZVZ Muta versus Muta. You could go carapace against carriers, kind of makes sense. I think in this matchup, usually you'd lead with attack. I don't know if there's an argument against it. I mean, you could argue armor against bio because they tank well against marines. The creep spread's very nice for Serral. Great Aspire. Should be going down. Oh, Serral's killing his own... attacked his own Ultra. I think he attacked the Baneling as well. I think he just wants to get rid of the Roaches. He's still got 2 Roaches in his army that are kind of trash. Great Aspire has started. Ultras are going to pop out to defend the top. Serral, one of the few players who will use Nidus Worms to defend these 2 corners. Maru, of course, willing to throw that bio away, realizing it's not good. And he is going to start trying to do this planetary creep to the corner that I was talking about. Still most of the gas remaining, and more than half of the minerals. Oh. Maru's middle map and north side is actually wide open. Serral might be making a mistake committing to this base. Movement is usually the Zerg's friend, but Serral is one of the rare Zergs who likes to lock horns with his opponent and beat them front on. It's usually the worst way to play ZVT. Maru, very good at holding this position. Serral's a god at it normally. The nuke doesn't really find much on the left side. Trying to just bait Maru in. The Viper's going down. Viper falls to the 2 Vikings. There's just no anti-air here, and Serral's finally going to have to abandon ship. He's 5,000 behind in the resources. Ravagers are really trash supply as well in endgame. It's 3 supply per Ravager. The Ultras will clear the double planetary. 9 SCVs go down to the Banelings. Does get rid of them. I mean, you can find some efficiency earlier on, but this late in the game, you're going to need Corruptors to deal with the Libs. Definitely want to see Serral rotate his army a little bit. Now that he's attacked up here, forces a bunch of army there, maybe dive the bottom right, deny this one time. Still no Broodlords just yet. There's only 8 siege tanks. There's 2-3 upgrades on the mech. 3-3 on the bio. More tanks are building. It's still a more mobile army. Serral doesn't want to go Broodlords and give up mobility yet. He's just going to attack this northern base again, but look at this tank positioning. Maru's really just setting up layers to make it costly, and he can lift the orbitals and run away. Scans go down everywhere. Maru is hunting for the army. He needs to know if there's Broodlords coming. He's going for a fusion core ship weapons +3 vehicle weapons. The Widow Mine's trying to target down those. Serral's going to dive the top. Command center cancel already. Corruptor Overseer dodges the turrets. Ultra's running into the natural might be nice. He's just going to force the lift, leave some Zerglings on the turrets. If he can clear the turrets, then maybe the Corruptors could clear the orbital, but the Ghosts will be here soon, and he cannot stay here. This is an untenable position once the Ghosts arrive. He's going to have to back away. Maru has a planetary going up in the bottom side. It may be off position. He does not care. As far as Maru's concerned, as long as he gets this base up and mines a fair amount of it, he might even be able to eventually deny some mining up here. Serral banking 23,000 resources. He's waiting for Maru to make a mistake. Ultraling Bane's a very good army in the mobility in the open area. And if Maru goes too far forwards, he could suffer to that. Maru's one of the more relaxed Terran late game players, Twitch chat's pointing out. I agree. Most players panic. He very rarely panic F2s his army. Just sets up these layers and he's just going to poke at you and try to bait you into his trap. Endless tank line. The Lings come from the right side. Nice Ling spready. Very nice Ling ultra spready. Oh man, Corruptors will clear the Viking lib. A couple piles take out the 2 libs there. A few medevacs going down. The Banelings do not want to be rolling into those tanks. A couple snipes trying to go down, but the Overseers get out of range, and Serral shockingly close in the trading. Only down 4,000. And you might think, well 4,800. You might think that's terrible. If the game goes long enough and Maru hangs onto this base, I don't know if it's good enough to win. You got to remember, Terran spends a lot more money on all these orbitals, all this infrastructure. Zerg just builds a few cheap hatcheries and gases around, a couple spores. All the creep tumors are free. Nidus Worm gets up in the main. Should be dealt with pretty promptly. Zergling on that side will go down. Good scans. Cleans it all up. The issue that I'm kind of getting at here is that you sometimes can trade, what, 10, 15,000 worths by the end of the game as the Zerg and still beat Terran because he's built like 50 orbitals, 1 billion planetaries, 4,000 turrets and sensor towers. You can kind of see that reflected in the bank a little bit, but also remember the Terran tends to have more minerals to mine later in the game. Lingbane Ultra Corrupted diving the south side. Turrets will fall relatively quickly. Planetary is going to go down, and that's a good snipe. If you lose one corner, take the other one off the Terran. So is this the correct choice or the bad choice for Maru? Normally I say Maru makes a mistake when he gives up a base to take a base. I'm not convinced this is a huge mistake, but I think it might be a mistake. Oh, it definitely is now, because look, now he's losing this position as well. Oh, no. Oh, should have finished that off. That's costly for Serral. So the problem is going to be if the game gets a bit too much movement in it, that's where Serral's quick remaxing Ultraling Bane, very mobile army, that's where it really succeeds. Lings go in, finish the planetary, take out a tank and a few buildings. It's 333 plus adrenal glands. Plus 3 flyer carapace about to round out those upgrades for Zerg. Both sides very good at remembering all their upgrades. Ooh, he does land a decent fungal. You don't want to chase too deep. Those Banelings could take some big tank shots. Serral loses a base in the middle and the top left. Trying to retake the bottom right. Oh, I think he's got a lot of Lings in the Nidus. Maru's army, 140 supply. Maru has a lot of money and he's not maxing out right now. He's finally building advanced ballistics. Lings are going to pop in this main base. Maru shoving the middle right now. Is Maru overcommitting? Surely Maru should just slow down. And yet he's finding Serral kind of caught off guard. Tanks are dying. Drones are popping out. That's a mistake. He was using drones to run away into the Nidus, but he accidentally unloads them in Maru's base and quickly sends them back to the Nidus Worm. The bio tank here trying to push forwards. The Lings do good damage and distraction. But has Maru pushed too deep is the question. Medevacs will be going down to Fungal Corruptor. Ultra Bane runs forward. There's not much bio for the Banelings. The Banelings are getting ravaged by the tanks, as are the Ultras from the snipes. That looked like a pretty damn good fight for Maru, who's now ahead 8,000 in the units lost. I don't think Maru needs to accelerate this game, though. I think he can put the brakes on this game and slow it right down. Remember, he made it much harder for himself on Winter Madness against Raynor by accelerating when all he needed to do was slow down and max out. He stopped building Marines, tanks, Marines, Marauders, or Ghosts, and now his army's getting caught in the middle. A bit of a blunder here for Maru. Maru is not using his barracks at all, and despite that, he's still going to maintain position. Serral leaving money on the table right now, guys. I feel like Maru, he's only building mech units right now. He's stopped building bio. He's not got that many factories. He's only got 5, so he's not remaxing that quickly. It's kind of dangerous to not remax here, isn't it? Maru's like, I've got 140 army supply. I don't care. Serral's getting pushed into his corner. Gonna unload drones from the Nidus, retake the middle. He's got the bottom right mining. Surely Serral should have dived this side. He saw Maru's whole army in the top left, and he didn't pounce on the right. He's also on Mass Baneling. Guys, tell me what Mass Baneling beats from the Terran here. I mean, it can clear the Hellbats and the Ghosts. That's predicated on Maru running his Ghosts and Hellbats towards the Banelings instead of away from them while the tanks kill everything. Scans catch every Infestor as well. Dude, those 12 orbitals doing the Lord's work for Terran. One Changeling does sneak through. He's going to take out the hatchery yet again. Massling will come through on the right side. The Widow Mine's doing really well, though. No Overseer here to clean up those Widow Mines after they fire. And look at that. Cloaked Ghosts as well. Another problem if you don't have an Overseer. Zergling's trying to get in deeper. Kitty, 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 kitty. He'll find himself another tank or two. Good micro for Serral. Lings are cheap. But he's still down 11,000 resources lost. That's a real big problem. At least this distracts Maru. And hey, even another tank there. Good value. This base is still denied in the top left. This base is still mining for Maru. Maru has too much map control. Serral has tried to engage him here in late game. He still has a big bank, about 18,000 resources to the 13,000 of Maru. And these are very good trades with these Zerglings, actually, forcing those tanks to friendly fire each other. We'll save that one with the Ghosts and the Unsiege. And Bane Ultra trying to get vengeance for losing that hatchery in the middle. Mass Baneling is good if you have the lava to kamikaze, then Remax. If you catch Maru on the move like this, the Banelings will work. But if he's perfectly pre-spread with the number of tanks, libs, and mines he's building, I don't think so. I think 20 Banelings is always good. 30 maybe, 40 max. He's got 54 Banes. And what those are is free money. These are targets. Wherever those Banelings are rolling in that ball, that's a target for the Siege Tank and Widow Mine shots. And that's where there's going to be crazy value lost for Zerg in the fights. I get he needs the Banes or the Ghosts are a real problem, but this is a really hard spot to still be playing Ultras at. Microbial Shroud could actually be really good in this game just because there's so many tanks and libs. He's pulling to this right side. He stayed active, but he's got to clear these Widow Minefields. Maru's really good about keeping map control with Widow Mines. Scans everywhere. There are no secrets in this game. Zerglings will find the top left. He's going to burrow a Zergling under the base. Tank will go down. Thank you very much, says Serral, as he kills his 24th siege tank in this game. Roddy is in Rainer's chat right now, guys. Oh, hold on. Banelings go for the roll. Maru a bit slow to pull back his ghosts, but does it matter? He doesn't get hit by the fungal. The tanks do get wiped. Oh my god, the ghosts are in trouble. Planetary saves the day. The Banelings have to roll away. But Serral clears a position. He's still keeping it within 10k resources lost of each other. And he's mining the corner. Maru has not been able to mine the top left, which means Serral still might get a chance to mine that later. Infestus sneaks past the scans. Here comes another tank. Hellback goes push. Maru pushing with a non-maxed army. Might be a bit too dangerous. Snipes landing on the Ultras. Banelings and Lings starting to land on top of a few of these ghosts. Corruptors chasing the Medivacs. About 4 ghosts go down. The rest do pick up to the high ground. Maru's supply is worrying. For a guy who has been floating a fair bit of money, I feel like he's got to be maxing out a bit faster. And on 5 factories, he can't do it on his own. Finally, he builds some more Marines and Marauders, which I think is a decent call just to get some more units in there to add to his maxed out army power. I mean, look at the banks. Serral might actually be sandpapering Maru to death. For those who've never watched The Mighty Boosh, there's a bad guy called Sandstorm. I often liken Serral to him. He's made out of sandpaper and he's very frustrated because he grinds himself down whenever he tries to pleasure himself. But he also attacks his opponents by grinding them down as well. That is what Serral does. The Banelings, oh my god, the Banelings! Massive Banelings hit under the libs. A lot of Ghosts and Hellbats just got cleared. That was a massive hit. The Corruptors going after the libs. They're going to take so many of them down. Ultras going after the siege tanks. The Ghosts do snipe those, but so many Corruptors fall. 2 Ultras in the north. Can they get on top? No, they can't. Oh, pop, 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 pop. Tail end of the fight always looks really good for the Ghosts. But you got to realize how much Maru lost there, guys. Yes, it's 13,000 or 12,000 in favor of Maru. It's a 2,000 resource swing, but Serral had like a 10k bank advantage. You need better trading than what Maru's getting in this game. And whenever he goes out to take this base, he's in trouble. The Infestus underneath. I would love to see Neural and make him EMP as other units. But Neural Parasite has not been upgraded in this game. Serral just thinking of these as guys to try and unburrow and fungal the Ghost. Another scan goes down. The Infestor gets popped like an overripe pimple. Serral is more patient than anyone else, guys. No one else could have played this game like this. They would feel like they're losing. Serral happy to just slowly grind him down with that fine. It's not even a high grit. It's a low grit sandpaper, but over time used with the perfection of a craftsman who knows his craft so very well. You will be able to grind your opponent to dust. And that is exactly what's happening here. Yes, the Ultras are getting sniped, but the Ghosts are getting finally caught by the Ultra Baneling Infestor. And even then, when victory's within his grasp, Serral backs off, waits for more Lings and Corruptors, clears the command center, resumes mining, because Serral is the most efficient player in the world. Everyone else goes, I can win, go for it. Serral goes, I know that regrouping and doing another planned, organized, coordinated attack is the best way to win as efficiently as possible. And that's all Serral cares about. A lot of people get excited by all the different details in StarCraft. Serral always keeps efficiency at the very top of his priority list. Corruptors coming in, Masslings, Infestors from down south, gets a nice fungal. Ultras are on top. The Corruptors are clearing the libs. And the Ultra Lingbane Corruptor, not a single Broodlord was used in this game. And Serral still does it. I did not expect this. One could argue those corner bases are quite far spread. It's hard for Maru to get there. I thought Maru would win if he plays this style to late game. I thought he was in a good spot. Serral is just a patient wizard, and it is so hard to get practice against this caliber of Zerg. All right, guys. Maru in the top left, Serral in the bottom right. And guys, I don't think Serral's going to do that same 15 hatchery after Overlord build, because he's getting down here, and he goes an extra drone. So this is a more standard 16 hatchery, where he's going to go for the gas here on Taito. Game 2, Taito, very big map, very good defensive map, guys. I would say a lot of Zergs like to pick this map normally, because it's so good to defend. Problem, Maru's the turtle god. This map's probably pretty good for turtling on, right? Maybe, maybe not. These corner bases are pretty hard for Terran to get to, maybe. Oh, I don't know. I actually don't know, because I feel like this normally gets vetoed. We'll find out. This is a normal hatch gas pool, guys. Serral, of course, wants to be ready in case it's 2-Rax Reaper or something. Wants to have his Ling speed this game. He's not going to play those like those 2-base Roach builds all the time. Really good at mixing it up. Chat was asking about the Serral Rogue game earlier. Yes, to give you guys context, Serral lost. It was Ultra versus Ultra. Serral had more Ultras, I think, in every fight. At the end of the game, Serral had lost 20 Ultras. Rogue had lost 9. Just to give you an idea of the trade. Maybe not the end of the game, but at like some point in the middle. Almost 30 Ultras had gone down, and Rogue had a better than 2-to-1 KD. It was kind of sick. I once again stand by the fact that Serral does not know how to use Ultralisks in ZVZ. I think I don't think he uses them. I think it was a good choice to go Ultras, but I don't think he's had... I've actually had like maybe a few dozen Ultra versus Ultra battles in ZVZ many years ago, so I kind of remember how important setting up the Ultras in a good formation, trying to get a bit of an arc with the Ultras is. All right, so Serral sneaks the drone out that left side. He didn't get them stuck in the wall this time, thankfully. I think he learned his lesson from that BlizzCon. All right, good extractor trick. Third base starts at Ling speed immediately, which will give Serral a potential run by stuff. And notice Maru's playing safer, 2 Marines, because those 2 Zerglings did good damage for Serral in that last game. So some guys in chat were saying they actually think Tourmaline's so terrible for turtling, and it's expected for Maru to lose on Tourmaline. That's really interesting. So if that's true, let's just play with that. I don't know how true that is or not. I really don't know, because I don't really see Tourmaline go to late game that much. I watch so much like Clem and Beyond trying to just murder people in the mid game, where I do think it's quite hard for Zerg to hang on. But is there a meta, if Maru keeps playing late game like that, where actually this sort of turtley map, maybe a Taito that's normally good for Zerg is actually good for Maru, whereas a Tourmaline that's normally good for mid-game Terran is actually good for Serral, as the guy who's playing more of a mobile, aggressive army? Or is after game 1 Maru just going to say screw playing late game, like I'm gonna play different? Or maybe even just go straight mech so we can start pushing with like Ghost Mech a lot earlier rather than just turtling. Zerg can usually mine out the gold pretty fast on this map, which simplifies the late game a lot. So that's interesting. So I've noticed on this map, Raynor makes this map much harder against Clem than it needs to be, because he's obsessed with taking the gold. And it gives Clem a really easy attack angle, which means like I've seen Raynor almost throw this map multiple times obsessing over the gold. Like trying to force it. I think taking the gold is good, but you also need to expand in the other direction along the north here to make sure, like, if the Terran commits hard to that push, you just have to give it up. You cannot be fighting in this area over and over again unless you've got a really good setup. Yeah, there's a bunch of people debating it now. Like I think there's a good point from Dynaman saying, well, actually, like, it's really hard to rotate your ground army around on Tourmaline, around that middle base. And Terran Air is like much stronger than libs and stuff. Yeah, I don't know, man. The corners are kind of hard to get to for Terran, but there's a lot of things going for Terran on Tourmaline as well. So that's one of those maps we see a lot, because I do think it's relatively balanced overall. Third command center goes out. This was quite a few Hellions and a Banshee, but it's a cloakless Banshee. So it's kind of a minimalistic commitment. Baneling nest, extra gases. 4th hatchery's just now started. Good queen split here for Serral. 3 on the left, 3 on the right. Banshee will fly in. Spore Crawler's not quite ready, but with no cloak, that's A-okay. Top Zergs have gotten really good at delaying these spores to the last possible second. And oh my gosh. Oh my, like, what's that? Guys, what is it? I don't know. I can see there's like a little lump throbbing on the left, a lump throbbing on the right, but a spear ray? I've never seen this before 15 minutes. Are we going to see Mutiling Bane? Good choice against Hellion Banshee. Unfortunately for him, it's not Cloaked Banshee. If it was 2 Banshees with Cloak, that would be especially good. But an early Spire. Wow, 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 wow. Spire is 50 minerals, 50 gas cheaper these days, guys. And it builds 5 seconds faster than the previous patch. There we go. Marines going after the Overseer on the high ground. It's going to pull away. Gets out. Now, is there any tells for Maru that this is happening? I'm thinking about what he's seen. He's seen a lot of queens. Some Zerglings. Did he see the Baneling nest? Nope. He has no idea what he's up against. He's already down 20 workers as well. I mean, his upgrades are way ahead, right? He's got 1-1 finishing. I don't think there's even 2 Evo chambers for Serral. He needs to start those pretty quick, man. You are meant to be about 2 upgrades behind as Zerg against Biomine, Biotank when you play Mutiling Bane. Oh, it's Siege Tank production. That's really good for Serral. Mutas are very good against mutas. They're a bit weak to immediate Widowmine pressure. These mutas, which angle do the mutas take? They're going to go down the south side. He's got an Overseer in front making sure, and a Changeling. Doesn't want to get spotted by these mutas, man. By these Hellions. Marine tank pushes the right side. Looks like he's going to try and push these edges. These mutas are going to show up as a surprise and do crazy damage. 1-1 has not been able to start just yet. There's already 14 Speed Banes ready. The Ling Bane's going for a bit of a counterattack. The Queen's way too far forward on their own. And this is a crazy situation. Serral was not expecting a commitment to this push. He's just going to A-move. Not a very elegant engagement for Serral. This is a fugly engage for Serral. What is that? Oh man, Maru with a nice hot pickup. The tanks focus almost all the Banes down. If he focuses that last Baneling, that was a disastrous engagement. He panic pulled his mutas home and then panic engaged there. Serral did not see that push coming and was completely blindsided, and he panicked. That was a bad response. Serral went in with the mutas, he would have been fine. Or if he set that engagement up a bit more patiently, now he's desperate. Banelings need to connect with these Marines. Can he get on top? Banelings getting through. A few of the Marines do go down. The tanks are falling. So many Lings, Banes, and Mutas have already gone down, and it's 1-1 against 0-0-2-2, well underway. 4th Command Center building. I dare not look at it, but I must. Oh, actually, that's closer than I thought. I thought Serral would have had a much worse units loss tab. He loses another Mutalisk there. 4 Mutas have gone down. Another one's going to go down, potentially. Barely survives. It's a really big, sloppy opening. I think Serral had such a good start. Good setup. But he didn't see the push and he panicked. He didn't want to lose the hatchery, so he just kind of jumped on it and he attacked around 2 corners, guys. His army was here. He attacked kind of around this ledge, around here, to try and get up there. And you never attack around a corner. If he split his army halfway up here and halfway down here and then engaged from 2 sides, different story. But attacking around those 2 corners was, ugh. Especially around here was just so bad. The mutas are just chilling right now. Very passive muta play. Thors are out. Widowmines. 2-2 upgrades are done. Maru can afford a +3. I think Serral's in a world of hurt. Do mutas regen health faster than other Zerg units like SC1? Wait, is that a thing in StarCraft 1? Is that really? I'd have thought that was a StarCraft 2 exclusive. They added it in Heart of the Swarm. 2013. 2-2's on the way for Zerg, but Serral is stuck. And he's taking a middle base, which is so easy for Terran to push. But look at this. Huge counterattack. Lings and Mutas fly in. The Thor will go down pretty quickly. There is another Thor, but the Lings are on top of the base. Hatchery does get cancelled. Mutas trying to pick off units on the rally. He's got a few SCVs down in the natural. He's going to pick off a depot there as well. Lings trying to go for the turret, but not quite able to get it. The upgrade advantage also really helping the survivability of these SCVs with +2 armor. It's actually really well done here. Maru loses only 4 workers, but his whole army does pull home. Serral's buying himself valuable time while he makes burrow and +2 flyer attacks. Units lost tab, 1,500 in favor of Maru. Maru's 4th is established. He's got 3 more tech labs. 3-3 is on the way. No infestation pit in sight. I think it's only a matter of time until Serral feels like he might have to tech up, but who knows? He might figure just mauling Bane is better. Just don't fight head-on. You cannot fight head-on with Mutiling Bane against Biomine Thor. Maru's going to try and have to force that fight, but look at that. Lings find a bunch of Marines. Very nice. Widowmine does fire on just a few Zerglings. Nothing too crazy. Mutas in the main force the Marines out of position. Gets a reactor, flies away. These units are going to pull back on the front as well. Total of only 5 mutas have died this game. Serral's efficiency is starting to climb up there. I'd love to see him expand along this top right side of the map. This is the exact same mistake that I talked about Raynor making, where he'll expand to this base and this base, which are both very easy for Terran to reach. I think you should always take this and try to go up here at the same time as taking the gold. I think, like, especially with Mutiling Bane, where it's all about mobility and not fighting front on. He's got an infestation. Serral knows he'll eventually need 3-3 Ultras Infestors. All sorts of different units. Widowmine does try to fire. Baneling's trying to roll forward. Thors and Marines trying to pull back. Look at this, though. The mutas have grouped up in the north. 1 turret. No match for that. That's going to go down, and this pulls the Marine army home. Maru tries to go forward at the same time. Tries to split. But he doesn't stim backwards. He's kind of getting a bit disorganized. The mutas go into the main base. They're going to wreak havoc there. He's going to try and jump on this army as Serral. I think he should counterattack. He's going to go front on, though. Crazy choice. Absolutely wild choice for Serral. Kills the barracks in the main. He's going to take out 1 or 2 turrets, but the Marines are on top, and he's got to get out of here. Back at home, Banelings roll in. Looks like he did roll forward with a giant army there. Still a pretty good Terran army nearby, though. Just not many Widow Mines with him. Widow Mines and tanks a little bit further behind. Maru wise to back off creep spread after killing that hatchery. 4,000 resources lost difference between the two. 3-3 is now finished for Terran. Hive has not started. Serral is poor. Can't quite get the gold up. Can't get this hatchery up either. Drone gets sniped. Mutas could have gotten the tier 3 upgrade, says chat. Oh, they might have been able to. That would have been a game changer. Now he's down 2 upgrades. His hive has finally started, but it's going to be a while until it pays off. Serral has to run circles around Maru and avoid the frontal engage. Lings on the 3rd could be massive. Mutas fly in, but there's 2 Widow Mines and a few turrets there. Lings are going to go for that 3rd worker line. Nice move. Serral finds the main base mostly undefended again. He's been clearing these turrets very quickly. Only a small army here. Serral can clean this for once, but he does lose the hatchery. Maru only able to save 3 Marauders. Mutas in the main. Some of them get cleaned up. The Lings do as well. He's up to 12 Mutas sniped in total this game. Maru trying to trap him here. Marine saying there's no way out, mate. Puts a Thor here and a Thor over there. Those Mutas might have nowhere to hide. The main base is wide open, though. My voice is starting to go. And I'm out of water. That is a problem. Mutas taking out another bunch of SCVs in the main. Maru's struggling with the multitasking. There is pressure on him. He can't give Serral too much time. Serral needs to just keep running drones away. I mean, he hasn't got a lot of hatcheries up, so I think Maru should be fine. Maru pushing through the middle. Where are the Widow Mines? No Widow Mines. Oh my gosh, his Marines just move commanded forwards towards the Banelings to try and get in the medevacs. A really derpy fight there for Maru. So distracted behind it, he loses another 8 SCVs. The Mutas are forcing mistakes. Maru's supply is not that good. Banelings trying to roll forward. Serral trying to defend this. If the Banelings clear the Marines, the Mutas can clean up the Marauders, but oh no! The Banelings roll back and the Mutas stay there and get wrecked. Mutas in the north, though, do take out the Planetary on the 5th base. Serral loses a hatchery, but he's going to get the Planetary, and I think that makes it okay. 2-1 upgrades now done for these Mutas. A little bit more survivability there. Serral's got the gold base back up and mining. Maru's struggling to deal with the multitask of these Mutas. It's a big map, Taito. It's hard to deal with Mutas and push at the same time. Maru's still up 40 army supply. Serral still needs to avoid fighting front on. There need to be more Ling counterattacks, honestly. I think I kind of want a little bit of Rainer style. I want mutas and Lings constantly backstabbing. The muta count's just not that high though, is it? Only 20 mutas now. Feels like only some of them are here. Hard to group the rest of these mutas and get them across the map altogether. Oh, he gets the starport. There are 9 medevacs on the map, but that could really matter later on. 26 mutas have died this game. 5,000 resources traded in favor of Maru. Serral needs to keep rebuilding this base, preferably top right as well. I don't think Maru can get to the top right. So far away. He's probably not even going to scout it. Gold base is going to go down. Serral's got to give it up. Oh, I don't think your frontal fight's the way. The Widow Mines are there this time. The Widow Mines. Oh, good splashies on the mutas. Tries to go forwards. A wall of Marauders with Widow Mines behind it is not what Mutiling Bane wants to face, especially if there's a Thor or two in the mix. Maru got to keep that Thor away from creep, though. Double starport begins. No fusion core just yet, so no Caduceus reactor. He just could maybe engage that, but 3/3 Marines are a menace. +3 carapace and adrenal glands. Mutas decide to fight. There's not that many Marines, so it is a good one. Forces Maru to try and chase. A lot of these Widow Mines got left behind. That one does fire, though. Pick off these. Serral. Whoa. Too busy in the middle. Lingbane still trying to defend this middle hatchery, but it's such an easy push path for the Terran. Baneling's trying to connect, but Maru... Oh, a lot of his Marines do actually stay on the front line. Good pullback for Serral. Clears a bunch of the Marauders with the Zerglings, and now he goes forward when Maru steps too deep. Maru with a blunder, but he's got reinforcements coming in. Will that be enough to save the day? Maybe, just maybe, that Widow Mine scaring Serral away. So many Marauders and a Marine, making it so difficult for Serral to fight. Dude, this is such insanity. Widow Mines move in on the left to deny mining. Serral can't get a 5th base up. He's on his first 4 bases still. Banelings are finally going to commit, hoping Maru's not watching. Maru does take some pretty big Banelings, but the Marauders are just too tanky. SCV's going down to the mutas. This is why I was saying I think he needed to be countering with Zerglings as well. I think Serral's whole game needed to be 80% of the army counterattacking, 20% slowing down the advance with Banelings, and just scaring Maru from diving in. Because in this sort of game, you're down on upgrades for so long, you're so desperate, you need to distract and get these edge corner bases up, and eventually one of them should be able to survive, and then maybe you can run away with the game. But Maru looked really good here, and I think beating Serral Biomine against Mutiling Bane is a massive confidence booster. Oh, Widow Mine's hurt, man. Widow Mine goes down before it can fire. +3 carapace being done does really help. A few SCVs getting focused on the way out with these mutas. They're going to go north, but there's 2 turrets there. Can't really fight those. Serral just going for the rally, picking off Marines here, there, and everywhere. Gotta be careful about getting caught. He knows Maru's army might come back. Catches a medevac. See Maru trying to come around from different angles. Serral's wisely going to pull away. He's trying to get a Marauder on the way out. He knows he needs every bit of value he can get, but he loses an Overseer for his troubles. He's going to go back up to 24 Mutalisks. Zergling Baneling count, not bad. Ooh, Lings and Mutas together is a really nice combo, so they're so fast. He can just engage and then disengage whenever he wants. 4 stims. The medevac count is at 9. There are 2 starports. So we can, of course, build 2 medevacs at a time. Where are those starports, guys? Ooh, Banelings try to roll in. I don't know if Serral ever ended up using borrowed Banelings in this game. If he did, I've missed it. You just catch the rally. The hatchery gets cancelled yet again. They are behind the natural, says chat. Oh, there they are. Lings and Mutas get in. Lings will go after the SCVs and the turrets. Mutas going after the Marine production. Barracks count is not what it used to be. It's 7 barracks, about to be 6. Some of them without reactors that used to have them. Contaminate on the factory. A few Zerglings going in here. Not much burrow usage, shockingly. Shockingly, very little burrow usage, especially against the Terran who's only got 3 orbitals. Burrowed Banelings and burrowing Zerglings in the bases whenever you do this sort of run by actually could win Serral this game. Definitely could have earlier, but 62 drones and almost nowhere to mine from. A few mineral patches here, a couple here. Natural's almost gone. Long distance mining there. And oh, the Marines find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Mutalisks. A massive victory for Maru, who's already looking like he's got this in the bag. I'm not convinced this game is over, says chat. I 90% of the way there. Let's see Burrows some Banes, which he seems to have just forgotten Burrows even in the game. It's going to be hard. And Serral had an excellent opening with the surprise mutas this game, but he panicked against the Marine tank push. Ooh, Lings. Oh, the Lings drag the Widowmine onto the bio. Dude, what a dive. Really nice trade there for Serral. But a Zerg with no income just can't hold up. 47 workers might not seem like a lot, but that's plenty. Look at all these minerals. Maru's still mining. Serral just needs to... He keeps taking this middle base. You guys, I'm not crazy, right? This middle base and the gold base are both so... They're like the easiest bases for Terran to push. Serral's going to tap out. Can't get an expansion up. Maru's mining too much. And he will GG. Alright guys, it's tied up 1-1. Celestial Enclave, Maru in the top right, going for that 1 Rax expand blind. Would not be surprised to see that third command center on location. And Serral, bottom left side, looks like a... Is this a 15-15, guys? It's a gasless build. Ooh. There's only one easy entrance into your 2 base. And he'll take the backdoor third. Alright, very cool, very cool. This is a nasty map for Mech in terms of where they can siege off, but I think it should be a good map for Nidus Swarm Host as well. So we'll see how this goes. Oh, sloppy for Serral, doesn't get the extractor trick. Almost loses a second drone, and his inject's a little delayed. This looks like it was a 15-15, but I'm not 100% sure, guys, as we did miss the very start of the game. Pig, did you get more water? Water or water? Oh, I'm sorry. Do I need to speak American? Oh, it's water. Oh, look at me. I speak American. Get out of here. Take your oregano. Sorry, not oregano. Your oregano. Take your bloody bell peppers. Get it out of... Get your weird American words out of here, mate. Bloody... Oh, wait. Oh, what's like a small thing? Oh, yeah. Starcraft is my niche. Are you going to say niche? Bloody Americans. Go back to the library and learn some friggin' words. Alright? Get out of here, you guys. You say words different to me. How you doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you. That's our daily rant about Americans being confused that people speak different to them. I appreciate you guys. Is that a... What the fudge? Oh my lord. Speaking of America... Maru's going for the late-stage capitalism unmitigated greed build, guys. That's a 4th command center on location. This is his 3rd. That's his 4th. On the low ground. Into bio. Maru is going to do the greediest mass bio build you have ever seen. And do you know why? Because he's like, oh, you're doing like a kind of no link speed 3-base build. Cool. Now, argument against this... Serral's build is kind of optimized to stop at about 55, 60 workers at most and then make a giant army and then kill you, right? So that... I don't know if there's going to be time for the 4th command center. I'm not sure if that's going to have time to pay off. I don't know, man. I feel like Serral... Do you guys think he attacks with this or just full macros? Serral has a quick 4th. He doesn't know. This is the problem. Serral doesn't even know about the 3rd, though we can probably infer it. Let alone the 4th. No link speed to scout. He's going to have to wait for an overseer to figure out what's happening. Maru's gone 3 barracks. He's got double upgrades. 4 command centers, double upgrades. Dude. This is going to be such a friggin' cool build order from Maru. This is why I love watching Maru. His build orders are really smart. They're special. They're unique. They're tailored to the map and the situation. Serral quite oversaturated on his main natural 3rd right now, so he does need to transfer a bunch of workers over to this one. Carapace, roach speed on the way. Like I said, stop at 55 to 60. Just kidding. Serral's gone 68 workers. He's oversaturating. It's going to be an orbital, of course, which he can always lift and pull away. Serral's Overlord goes down. Serral's building some roaches, but he has no idea the level of greed he's playing against. And I really think Maru is going to go for one of these mass Marine Marauder builds. I don't know if he goes Widow Mines or tanks with it, but I think you're going to see just so much Marine Marauder. He might even go like 11 barracks. Was it 11 barracks that he was playing against Raynor back in the Thunderfire Invitational, guys? I think it was 11 barracks. Hellions trying to poke in. Find themselves a creep tumor. Nicely done. Couple roaches. Gonna trap these boys. Aliens do go down. I think that was only, what, one worker, yeah? Yeah, he got 2 earlier with the Reaper, so just 1. Mass Roach is still building here. Serral has not been building anything else. There is a tank making, which is crucial. Because Serral's got 30 roaches coming out. He's got 22 out, 11 more building. Carapace is almost there, as is Roach Speed. He's making Ravages. He wants to go. Serral senses that there is some big greed, and he probably sees that there's no tanks yet. Can't contaminate, unfortunately, on the factory, otherwise he absolutely would. 8 barracks coming up. Serral's going. It's a big Carapace Roach push, and I don't think Maru can defend it. As I was saying, is the way Serral's playing, I don't know if you're going to have time for that 4th command center to pay off. I think Maru needs another minute, and yet he's moving out right now. He has no idea what's happening. Oh, he has no idea. Maru. You can hear it. You can hear the roaches attacking if you move your screen over there. It's in vision. He's realized, but he might have realized a bit too late. The tank needs to siege far back. Good tank siege. He's got to pull the boys. Good SCV pull. Great SCV pull even. Oh, that tank is huge. Dude, that tank is so good. Oh my god, that tank is ruining Serral. Oh my god, that barracks wall off is actually guarding it so well, but there's still so much Roach Ravager. It's not over till the Fat Zerg sings, and the Ravagers are in range. The tank goes down. Did Serral sacrifice too much to take out the tank? He's already killed 15 workers. He's still got a big pack of Ravagers here. He can kite against the Bio using Bile pretty well. Roach Ravager just rallying in here with +1 Carapace against the 1-1 Terran Bio. Still 62 workers. 4 orbitals of mules means you can afford 18 worker losses and still be in a good spot economically. Oof. Roach Ravager rotating around left. The tank, as long as he keeps high ground vision denied to Serral, that's good. The Overseer's arriving. He's going to try and get in range. 1 Bile will land on the tank, but only 1. Oh my god, Maru holds. GG. Oh, dude. Oh my gosh. That barracks wall off with that perfect tank positioning was actually like exactly what Maru needed. Complete shutdown. Well played. All right, guys. Maru up to 1 in this grand finals. And yeah, it's online. But dude, it's a best of 7. And if he could get the monkey off his shoulder, he hasn't beat Serral in, is it 4 years, guys? 3-4 years, something like that. I think it was 2021 the last time he beat Serral in a best of series. I think he might have taken a map off him in a team league maybe since then, but basically, you know, in World Team League. But in actual series in tournaments, it's been many years since he took him down. And he's not just not taken him down, he's looked worse while playing against him. To see him now turn this tail around and already just look like a good top competitor, even in the map he lost, I think this is fantastic. Because, I mean, he himself said he would get nervous against Serral and his brain would go blank and he'd play like an idiot. And to see him actually play up to his level is just so exciting, because we've been robbed of this for so many years. It's been 8 years since we've been dreaming against, like, ever since Serral started winning everything. And we were like, oh, we want to see what happens here. But yeah. He's not really played his best much in that time. I need to go back actually and look at the online series. I don't know what tournament. One was King of Battles, someone said, and one was there was 2 in the online era when he took down Serral in really good games. I'm trying to remember them. I'm sure I cast the games. It's a while ago. What happened? I went and took a poo. Thank you. That's got too much information, guy in the chat. Maru pulled off a 4 orbital on location. Was it off 1 barracks, guys? I think it was like 1 barracks into factory 3cc, 4 orbitals and enclave. Serral tried to do a very quick 3-hatch, no ling speed into a Carapace Roach timing. And Maru had a very clutch hold with a single siege tank just doing some heavy lifting. I think if Serral didn't go for the back rocks, he wins that game, guys, or at least makes it much closer, but that positioning with the barracks just turned into an amazing wall-off for Maru. I don't think it was planned necessarily, but boy did he quickly recognize where he needed to siege that tank when he saw where the roaches were coming from through the rocks. Protected with the SCV pull. If he didn't pull the SCV straight away, Serral might have got on top of the tank. Third command center. He likes this third CC on the natural. Why do you think he does this, guys? Is that just because he has extra SCVs on the natural? Does this wall off actually help him against some all-ins? Because he can like build a depot here to kind of create a semi-wall where the units have to go all the way around. I don't mind it. I'm just curious. Obviously, he doesn't care about hiding it. I've missed most of the cup. Is Serral back on his level? Serral's looked very, very good. I don't think he's looked his best ever. But Maru has looked fantastic. Maru's played the best series of the tournament. Against Clem, against Raynor was kind of dominating. Against Clem was like the best series of the tournament so far. I have a feeling the Clem Maru series will probably be better even than this finals. No matter which way this goes from here. Alright, so Serral's got 2 bases up. He's rallying to his third now. He's got a few Zerglings for safety with Ling speed. You'll see he splits his queens. 2 queens on the left, 2 on the right. He'll spread creep everywhere. Maru's going to start poking with the Hellion Banshee, looking to deny the creep if he can. Pig, do you and Maru have chats? Maru's a bit hard to get a hold of. Occasionally he'll answer some questions and stuff. We will interview him during Pigfest, no doubt. I usually find his answers a bit interesting. I feel like Maru kind of thinks he's winning when anyone else would be losing in that situation. Got very big confidence. Lings come in, but the Hellions are right there. 4 Zerglings, damage a Marine, nothing else. This is a really typical build order so far, right? I mean, it's once again 1 Cloakless Banshee. But other than that, it's just... Oh, actually, he went eBays before Barracks. Okay, very upgrade focused for Maru. This is a big, tough map to play against Zerg. Very curious to see what Maru tries to pull off. Serral goes for the top left. Okay, so the Basilisk, I thought Serral went for this base. Looks like he's changed his mind to that top base. There's a nasty ledge up there, but that doesn't necessarily allow you to kill the hatchery. It just allows you to siege a position, and it's so far out of the way in the corner of the map that I guess he figures that's worth it. Oh, he's doing the Hydra style. Oh, we haven't seen the Hydra style against Maru. I do think if you play 6 gas Hydra, you want to get a few infestors and delay your banelings so much later. I was talking about this with Raynor the other day. I'm not sure if he passed on the info to Serral, but me and Raynor think you should not be playing banelings early with 6 gas Hydra Rush. 6 gas Hydra Rush is all about the Hydras, a couple of infestors. You can mix a few Lings in, but not too many. It's all about the ranged damage output. Look how early that Groove Spines is. I like to go for a very early Carapace, even when I play Hydras, but Serral's just saying, no, just get the Hydra range, have the ability to build those Hydras, and it's really hard for a guy building Marines and Medevacs to pick away at you. Now, Maru's been very tank timing focused, which, honestly, he should be down 2-1 in this series, because Serral on Tydo went Mutas, complete surprise, and a tank push is not great against that. But Serral panicked, pulled his whole army home, took one of the worst fights ever, and really gifted the advantage in that game to Maru, right? He's going to do the Baneling tech again. I think this is trash. Don't get me wrong. So many players have been getting away with this, but the problem is the Banelings don't help you at all against this Marine tank timing, which is the whole problem Hydra builds have. So we'll see if Serral can pull it off. Are me and Raynor wrong? Or are Serral, Rogue, and Solar, who all love doing this quick Baneling transition off of it, are they wrong? Let's find out. Basically, Zerglings, the problem is you're mostly reliant on a big line of Hydras here. And if you don't have enough Hydras, that's all that matters. The Lings could flank the tanks maybe, but Hellions, which will soon be Hellbats guarding them, not going to be able to do much. There's some of the creep, but not all of it. The Hellions should go up here and morph into Hellbats, I think. Kind of guarding the flank, but not fully. Hydras and Queens are in position. Oh, Maru accidentally drops a mule. I don't think that was a BM mule, guys. I don't think that was him being a D-bag. I think that was just him misclicking. Hydras are going to take out the tanks from the low ground. That's big. He's got to pull back now, though. It's not that many Hydras. The link counter goes in. But it does find plenty of Marines and tanks there. And if this Marine Hellion can overwhelm him, he's in huge trouble. He's already trying to go Ling Bane. I think he should have been building a few more Hydras. Serral going 81 drones. Oh, God, he's been a bit too greedy. If he can survive this, he's in a good spot. Oh, a bunch more Hydras come in, and I think he's okay. Beautiful pullback on the Hydra. 2 more Hydras pop out from behind. And he will push the Medevacs away. Serral survives. That was a good hold. Even though he's down 1,600 resources, he's got 81 probes. His 5th base survives on the right side as well. And he's going to start melee. Plus 2 carapace is really crucial. Something Serral's forgotten for the moment. And there we go. Plus 2 carapace kicks up. Now, Maru already has a 4th finished. How in the heck? And he starts a 5th. Wow. Maru's macro is so good. Who made this stuff possible? This popular, says Rainer. Scarlet. Scarlet invented this build. Oh, the Hydra into late Bane? I think Rogue. I think Rogue was the first one I saw do it. I think it's really dumb. I think if he had a few more Hydras, he holds that attack a little bit easier. But it's fine now. Now that he's gotten away with it, it's an amazing late game transition. It's all if you survive the greedy part, it's fine because you're instantly into Hydraling Bane and you can just roll his 4th base now. All you need to do as Serral is A-move his 4th base and then it's game over, I think. But it's Serral, so he's not going to do that. He's going to drag the game out for another 20 minutes. I mean, this is one of those moments where you have to go. You've got such a good advantage. Surviving that push on 80 drones. Surely you max here and go. No, he's going to go Hive. 7 more drones. Serral's going to chuck a Serral, guys. Sasha goes Infestors, which is good, says Rainer. Yeah, no. Sasha invented the style. Serral just killed his own Hydra there. What the heck is that? Bit of a derpy misclick there. Oh, Maru gets a bit excited. Loses a full Matavac. He can't attack into Maru because he has 2/2. Oh, you think? I guess Carapace is a bit too late. I mean, this 4th base was a free kill. The upgrades didn't matter there. Trust me, he had enough momentum. He could have gone. He also didn't know Maru had 2/2. Maybe he did. I don't know. I think he should never let Maru get that 4th. Look at all this money he's banking on max supply. Sorry guys, Rainer's in chat, so we're kind of talking to Rainer because he's got that expert insight. Burrow, +2 range, +2 melee, Lurker Den, Nidus Worm. Alright, so he's going to play the Lurker transition off of this and try to Nidus the backdoor. Interesting. Very interesting. 10 siege tanks are out. Have you guys just not talked about Broodlords, Rainer? Like, Maru's massing tanks every game this tournament, same as Beyond does. Broodlord's hard counter a guy who's massing tanks. You go early Broods off this. Very powerful. Ooh, gotta be careful. This is a no-go zone for Zerg. This middle area with those tanks set up like that, you cannot fight here. You gotta give this base up. Serral a bit too slow to counterattack, though. He's still trying to roll in and buy time on this base. Serral, he's going to go down the left, but there's a planetary. Oh my god, there's a planetary and 4 tanks. No, Serral, no, run away. Serral does run away. He's holding onto the middle base for now, but I think it's only a matter of time before it goes down. Maru bleeding him dry. And Serral, ooh, he can't, no, you can't engage this. No, even if you come from the left, you need to wrap around from this side. But I think the tank line goes too far back. You cannot fight here. Oh my god, he's going to try and break it. Serral going for it, but I don't think this is going to work. Serral is at double the units lost tab. He's finally making the decision to abandon the base. Try and make Lurkers, Niduses. Does have 2 Vipers, but can't abduct those siege tanks. And the units lost tab is absolutely delectable for Terrans and disgusting for the Zergs watching. This is interesting. Like, the whole point of this map is always you're never meant to fight in the middle. I really thought Serral would have been a bit further forward on the map, but he's trying to beat Maru very front on, and Maru's positioning's a bit too good. Where's the abduct? Oh, he couldn't quite get in abduct range. The map's a bit big. Broodlords would make you feel slow. I don't know, man. Feel like killing their bait, killing their tanks is pretty good. You get there before there's a lot of ghosts, that'd be really good, man. Command Center is taking big damage. Oh, watch out. Marines come back along with the ghosts. Fire on the top left as well. Broods are never very powerful. When they go heavy tank, they're really good because the tanks kill their own units. Really good. Oh, Serral stumbling into this. I don't think this is a good fight. His Banes are mega clumped. Dude, Serral's getting mauled right now on White Rabbit. I've seen Raynor win so many games against Clem on this map now that I started to believe it was a Zerg map. I was like, I was wrong. What have I said? I've said this literally yesterday. I was talking about, I'm like, I used to think this was a really good Terran map. Bad for Zerg in this matchup. I've watched Raynor kill Clem a bunch of times, and because it's so big and it's hard for Terran to push, I think it's actually good for Zerg now. Watching this game, and I'm like, this map's terrible for Zerg. I think Serral's in a really bad spot now, guys. He's got 2 Spires on the way. And there's some nasty tank positions and ledges on this map, man. So many good corners, choke points, little pockets to hide your siege tanks in. Really hard to engage as the Zerg. Maru's TVZ is looking so good today. The fact that he's not playing mech either, and yet he's bullying Serral. This was not on my bingo card for 2026. Serral's going to try and clean up the Marauders. Gets a few Marauders, but the Marines will finish the hatchery off inevitably. That tank shot clearing 12 changelings. Oh my gosh. Trying to buy time on the hatchery, but you're taking tank shots every time you do it. Lurker's coming on the left, but there is a siege tank there, which takes out one of them already. Clearing depots and turrets, though, is a nice start. You can clear the turrets, and Overseer could get down the left side, get into the main, and start popping Niduses there. I'm a big believer in the Broodlord Infestor. Massive believer in it, especially against guys who build a lot of tanks. I think against Clem, it's really weak because he don't build many tanks. I think against Maru and beyond, Broodlords are severely underrated. Marine Ghost trying to pull back. This time Serral finally finds a good fight. Very nice fight for Serral, but there's a lot more tanks out here. There's a lot more bio as well. The Banelings, oh my god, they get a big hit on the Marines. Maru messing up his control a little bit there. Serral finally gets some good connections with his Banelings. His Zerglings clear out some tanks. He's down 7,000 resources in the units lost, but he finally just gets like the one punch lands. And you see Maru stagger back a bit and go, oh yeah, Serral's still got some power in his fist. And I think that's the confidence Serral needed. Because now he can maybe drag this out. If he can mine these middle bases out eventually, if he can play this out like he did back on Tourmaline at the start of the series, I think it's very hard for Maru to stretch out into these side zones of the map. And maybe Maru should just keep pushing the middle. Because that was a really awkward area to fight there. I'm not sure it was actually good. He just gained a lot of stuff. I'm not saying it was game winning or anything, but it actually killed a lot of stuff. It was one of the best trades he's had. Not saying it was game winning, but he pushed him back, and buying space is important because Maru was super bullying him. Got to do a lot more. 1-1 upgrades coming in for the Spire. Ling Bane rolling over the top. Where is the support? Not as many tanks as there was before. Maru EMPs the Overseers. You don't see that every day. He's sniping Overseers rather than fighting Banelings. That's also an odd decision. Maru figures sniping Banelings is not worth it, so he snipes the Overseers while the Ling Bane's closing on him. Serral trying to run forwards. Serral does have a big bank. He's on 90 workers, so as bad as his trading's been... Oh, the fungal whiffs. And I think now he's chasing too far. Those tanks getting some really good value. Lurkers on this side doing decently, but one of them will get sniped. The other ones should escape to the Nidus Worm. So Maru's on how many bases is this, guys? 4, 5, 6. 6 bases. I mean, that's still 6 bases, man. That's still too many. I think, Serral, if you could bust this middle base, maybe, or this bottom right. But every second that goes by that he's mining the right and left base is also really good. Yeah, so for those who don't know, Twitch chat's just explained it. Someone's complaining about how Vipers can't abduct sieged tanks anymore. So what happened is the Terran, you guys know those little suction cups to stick things on like glass and whatever? They've added those to the siege tank. So once it's stuck there, you just can't unstick it. Makes sense. Good innovation from the Terran. Another planetary reinforcing the left. Huge play for Maru. And look at that. He just abandons the right. I think a bit of a mistake to pull so much of his army to that top left, but a good breakthrough for Serral. I'd like to see him leave a few lings, try to pick off maybe the gas, sensor tower. Just be a bit of a nuisance. Siege tank shelling from across. Oh, Serral, it might be time to give this one up. Look at this setup. Look how far back those tanks go down there. You cannot chase into that Serral. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh my god, Serral's going to go. He loses the hatchery, drops a parasitic bomb, the medevacs, the banelings, the hydras, the lings run forward. He realizes, oh, I don't think this is going to work. And he does turn around and run. At least he kills a few of the units with the hydras and the lings. But dude, he's still in tank range. They just don't have vision. Oh my god, get those banelings out of there. The infestors will pull away. The hydras try to bully back, but so many of them go down. Units lost tab still only 7,000 in favor of Maru. And Serral still has a crazy bank. He's fully mining the right side, starting to take the gases. Dude, is he actually just going to... These fights are not terrible for him. Anyone else takes these fights, that unit's lost tab gets worse and worse. For Serral, it's just like... It's just fine. It's like he pre-spreads everything, casts the spells, and pulls the banelings back at the perfect time. Every single time. No one else does that. No one is this good at judging fights. Lurkers picking off quite a few SCVs. Nicely done. Hatchery killed on the left side, no cancel. Finally, the Lurker will go down, but it's done some good damage. 10 SCVs. And look at that. Lings from this side. Oh, these Lings are going to find these tanks on the high ground. Very, very good move there for Serral. It's going to leave some Lurkers there to try and deny the base. The Hydra Ling actually finding really good fights in the way. Serral's now rotating his army around the map is really big. And guys, I noticed Maru doesn't have center control. Not only is Serral mining this, but he doesn't have center control. Don't you guys think Maru should have put a planetary here? Had like a tank here, tank here. So Serral can't rotate through the middle of the map. And that way he could only move around with Nidus Worms. Oh, he does get a bunch of extra Zerg there. But still only 7,000 resources between them. Serral's trading evenly in these last few fights while having a much bigger bank. That's very scary for Maru. I think Maru should try to move through and cement this middle area. Oh, nuke on the right side. That ain't gonna last. Oh! Splits his army. A few drones over on the left. Long distance mining do get taken out. New siege tanks here. So I was gonna have to keep sitting those there. Look at the Marauder. Took one for the team. Runs up to the Banelings and lets them blow up on him so they waste as many as possible. Lings and Banes rolling in. Banelings kill a lot of the SCVs. Quite a few of the... Yeah, all the SCVs go down to the Ling Bane. Good move, man. Chat says Serral's gas bank is a bit iffy. Well, I actually think most of his army trading should be Zerglings at the moment, so I think it's okay. He's trying to get ready for the 3-3 Broodlord swap. 3-2, I guess. Nidus Worm on that left side as well. Serral is going up to about 45 Banes, 100 Zerglings, very few Hydras, just 2 Lurkers. Of course, the 2 Infestors and the 2 Vipers. Units lost tab up to about 9,000 in favor of Maru. Those Lurkers get blasted. Ooh, finds a few tanks with only a little bit of Widowmine support, not much else. We get a bunch of siege tanks yet again. I'd still love to see these Zerglings go on top of that tank. Festa somehow does not get scanned. Oh! Oh! He gets a fungal! Can he catch the ghost? There's no medevacs there! Oh my gosh. He only saves one ghost. He only saves one ghost. Maru with a blunder. Tanks caught in the open as well. And Serral pounces. Dude, his Banelings weren't even ready for that, but the ghost just waddled in. And that was absolutely massive. That could be a game-winning move. Those ghosts going down are so expensive to replace. 4 of them building at a time. Maru's very low on cash. Serral is a rich boy. Left side base is up, though. That's bad for Serral. Serral has to go bust that. Look how many friggin' tanks there are. Maru, the tank abuser. Oh, he's doing this so well, isn't he? And the Widowmine's firing on Changelings, which is not the best. Viper's going to go in. Gotta watch out for these Widowmines. Oh my gosh. A Widowmine just killed like 40 Zerglings. Oh man. But Zerglings are getting on top of the tanks. The planetary is going down. I think it's an okay trade for such a rich Zerg. I think it's absolutely okay. Planetary's great. 10,000 resources lost between the 2 of them. But Serral still got 10k in the bank. Maru doesn't have as much. I thought mass tank would always be efficient, even on a map where it's this big. If you got tank spots like this, you'd always be efficient, but he just doesn't have enough units guarding them. There's no 3/3 Hellbats. There's a few Widow Mines. There's no Marines. He doesn't really have many Ghosts. He's rebuilt 9 of them now. I think Serral just needs to keep sending Zerglings in like this, right? Over and over again. And a round of Broodlords would be amazing for breaking these positions, right? He's building 11 Corruptors. I think he's finally going to give in and go Broodlords. Only has 1 Infestor, though, to guard them. Can we confirm not washed? I mean, Serral's definitely not washed, guys. He's polished. Polished is like when you're not even dirty, but you just want to look extra fancy. Ooh, watch out. Lots of Widow Mine this time. Oh, and the Biotank. That was a prepared Terran. That was not a good one for Serral. Lurker tries to run in the left. It goes down. 12,000 in favor of Maru. Maru's like, I cannot keep taking bad trades. I've got to clean this up. He's going to push through and take this area. I still wonder if holding that middle earlier would have simplified this whole game by making it so hard for Serral to rotate his army. Maru going for a crazy push here. I think it's the correct move. I don't think Serral can defend this with this army. A lot of his broods are over on that left side. And these drones just going to need to run away. The ghosts are mostly on this right side, which means those broodlords are going to find an undefended left side. He tries to kind of engage on this right, does Serral, but maybe goes in a bit too early. Oh, you know what would have been sick? If his army went and he ambushed him here. If he came down out of the Sensor Tower vision right here with a fungal. Because you know the army's going to cross through the middle. And if he caught him with the Lingbane Hydra and maybe a fungal, oh, that would have been brilliant. Libs coming forward, Queen Viper Infestor defending. Lots of Broodlord damage on that left. The Orbital does survive, though. The Broodlords are going to come back and try to defend. Infestor pops out, dies immediately. There's spores here for anti-Azar Corruptors. Marines go forward. Broodlords deal with that. Hatchery in the middle does go down. Maru's still mining the bottom side, and he's going to float another command center forward on this right. Serral hasn't been able to mine as much out of these middle bases as he would want. Doesn't care about losing a handful of Zerglings, but, I mean, he's going to have to start caring about it because his bank's almost gone. Maru's gas bank is a real problem, but Maru's mineral bank's similar to Serral's now. And in a game where you're tending to trade inefficiently, that's a real problem. Oh, where are the Infestors? He doesn't have them! Where are the Infestors? Oh no, the single Overseer, I think, was with the Corruptors, and he accidentally pulled it back. The Infestors land a few fungals, but they get hit by EMPs, and the Broodlords get slaughtered. A blunder for Serral, leaving those Broodlords without an Overseer. I don't know if the Overseer got sniped, or if he pulled it back with the Corruptors in panic. But you really need fungal or something else to interrupt those snipes. Oh, that is nasty. You've really got to babysit those Broodlords. They are vulnerable. They are slow. And that should be game over. I think Maru might be dominating this grand finals, guys. I don't know. I don't have proof. But I have a hunch that Maru might just be unstoppable in this matchup right now. And you know what's impressive? I thought he'd have to play a bit more turtley. And even though, yes, he's doing really good late game, he's actually bullying Serral in the mid game. And that has not happened in 4 or 5 years. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I mean, if he wins this tournament, guys, think about the run. Clem's Protoss, Raynor, and Serral. Snipe's trying to land. The Broodlord's not covered by the Infestors. Serral's trying to rotate these fungals in. He doesn't have enough Broodlords anymore, so the Thors just bully him. The Thors can just beat the heck out of those Broodlords. Lingbane Hydra tries to roll forwards, picks up, pulls those Thors away. And Serral has to tap out. Ooh, that was nasty. Let's check that, did the Overseer get sniped, guys? That was super nasty, man. Alright, guys, Serral on the bottom right side of the map. Maru in the top left says, let's finish this. Proxy 3-Rax Marine SCV all in. He's like, I got Serral on life tilt. Serral's going to be like, how do I beat the late game? How do I break the Terran player? And Maru is going to get in with the 3-Barracks Marine. You know, it's interesting, guys, because I was thinking that the 125 hit point Ghost might be super, super crazy and like borderline unstoppable for TVZ as well. And I was saying we need to really wait till we see Serral play some late games. Part of me is like, Serral, like, because we already knew it was really good in TVP, but we're like, maybe TVZ as well. A part of me is like, well, maybe Serral's not at his final form. Maybe he needs more late game practice. The other part of me is like, I mean, I don't think we ever needed 25 hit point buff for the Ghost, while also taking it from 3 supply down to 2 at the same moment. Do think last patch was a little bit bananas in that regard. But honestly, the way Maru's been bullying him, I kind of feel like the scoreline would be exactly the same, even if that 25 hit points wasn't there. I think it just, yeah. I don't know if anything changes in this series. He sees it. All right, Serral needs to pull the boys really quickly, guys. This is a massively committed push. Serral needs to surround with drones, but he also needs to pull back. He's already pulled a massive, that's so many. Guys, he's already pulled like 14 drones. If he can't surround these Marines, he's in big trouble. He's already lost one. Serral trying to get the surround of these Marines. Nice stutter step. Beautiful stutter step for Maru. But finally, 2 of the Marines get surrounded. And now the drones disengage. But 6 drones already go down for just 2 Marines. He can't let the bunker finish. He's got to kill that bunker. But he's going to lose a few more drones. Oh, he doesn't. He keeps the drones alive. Beautiful control here. Beautiful control. There are 2 queens out. 1 in the natural, 1 in the main. No injects going down. So he won't have the money to use those. He needs to save for transfuse. And 2 queens. Now you've got some ranged firepower. The SCV's starting to repair each other. There is an Overlord inside the Terran base. And he sees if there's going to be an SCV pull. Oh, I like that creep tumor. He's going to try and spread to the right, maybe. 8 more Zerglings on the way, but they are slow Zerglings. No Spinecrawler, I think, is a very controversial decision. I would dare say a bad decision. He has gone for an inject and a creep tumor. Didn't save transfuse, which is a mistake. Link speed's on the way. No Spinecrawler is crazy. Oh my gosh. If the Marines come in, he wants to flank around and stop them escaping. But the creep is now a little bit further out, which is nice. Ooh, this is so interesting. Maru has classically always been one of the best proxy barracks players. The Overlord has seen the SCVs coming. 14 Zerglings are building. Does Serral give up the natural and go to the main? Oh, he does a lava inject. Did he not notice the SCVs coming? Did he not notice with his Overlord? I thought he saw it. I thought he saw them leave. But he does a lava inject. Completely unnecessary. He's going to try and run away with the drones and Zerglings. Looking for the correct angle. Can't find it. Oh, he's going to go. Okay, he's going for it. The Marines, though, in a big ball. The Zerglings going for the surround. Can the Zerglings get the surround? The SCV's body blocking so very well. And I think Maru has it with the 3 racks Marine SCV all in. He takes Serral out with the nasty cheese in game 5. And Maru beats him in pretty much every different stage of the game throughout this series. Game 1, he did get ground on Tourmaline. But pretty much throughout the rest of the series, he was bullying Serral. Even the Muta game, where he made Serral panic by sneaking that tank push across, made him bring the whole army back, take the worst fight of all time. And from there, Maru just ran over him. Serral absolutely should have built a spine there, but I'm going to explain to you why Serral didn't understand what was going on in this game. Serral thought this was a 2 barracks, guys. He had no idea this was a 3 barracks Marine. Even though he sees no gas. Serral is not washed, but he's definitely not in his best form. I mean, there's no gas. It can't be a command center. It can't be a 2 barracks. Why would you not build a spine? Spines are amazing against Marines and SCVs. They have 2 armor. Marines do 6 damage. SCVs do 5 damage. They have a... And you can also transfuse. I definitely didn't notice the SCVs getting pulled, right? I mean, he sees it. This is crazy, man. I don't know why Serral didn't build spines. If he has 2 spines, he holds this. Especially if he saves transfuse. But he either kept lava injecting as the SCVs were arriving at his base. He stacked another lava inject. Serral was tilted. I don't know if I've ever seen Serral full tilted before. I've seen Serral look tilted 1,000 times playing StarCraft, guys. But he usually plays superhuman, even while looking really angry and tilted. This looked like just Serral being tilted and just... Even if he doesn't see the SCVs, what else could it be? There's no gas. Terran goes 2 barracks. They take a gas on 18 supplies so they can go factory into command center. It's either 2 barracks or it's a 3 barracks. And if it's a 3 barracks, it's always the Marine SCV all, and you've got to check out for. That's crazy. Sick play by Maru, really well played.